Oh, you know what? I forgot to put if this was what episode this was of the Doddy show. I think it's episode 7. I'll go back and fix the title. If you've joined us, welcome. We're a day late and $1 short. We usually do this on Saturdays.
What's up, people?
But it is obviously not Saturday. It's Sunday evening.
That's right.
At about 7 o'clock.
Dragging ass.
Roger Doddy. So, but we decided we wanted to talk about something kind of fun tonight. So, if you haven't noticed, we're a little different, but in more ways than skin color. Look, you even have a black t-shirt on, and I have a white t-shirt on. Was that supposed to be
That's
like
power.
a black? He does not mean that. If you're joining us, hey, Ann. If you're joining us for the first time, don't hit cut the live feed because he said that. He does not mean that. Anyway, it is episode 7 of the Loddy show, and I think I titled this something about differences and whether they're deal breakers or simply just annoying kinds of things. So we're like I said, we're way different. So drop a comment if you are in a serious relationship, married, partner, whatever, and you are different, like way different about something, and tell us what you're different about. Because we, like I said, are way different, and we're going to talk about a few things that are differences but not deal breakers. So, for example, let's just start with one. I'll tell you one right off the bat that used to annoy the crap out of me. It still does, but he's gotten better about it. Roger is late to everything. Like he will be late, as they say, to his own funeral. I'll have to make sure that his body gets there on time because he is late to everything. And here's another thing.
I'm not late when it counts.
Yes.
When it's important and when it counts, I'm not late.
So when we're supposed to be somewhere and you're late, that means that I should take from that it doesn't matter to you or it doesn't count?
Well, I mean, if it's just something we're going to, and quite frankly, oftentimes when we're late to things that we're going to, it's because somebody takes forever to get ready.
No, wait,
Not all the time, but very frequently.
But here's the thing. Okay, so years ago, he was always late, and I was, my idea of being on time was being early. Like, that was my mindset. His idea of being on time was if you get there sometime after it starts, whatever it is.
That's not true. I wasn't that bad. That wasn't my idea of being on time. My idea of being on time was being there when it started, whatever time that was. Now, if it wasn't something pressing, then being, 5 minutes late, even 10 minutes late, okay, if you are, you are, but it's not like I intentionally, every time we went somewhere, planned to be late.
So you guys tell me, hey Jennifer, you guys tell me if you agree with him about this. So my idea of being on time was being early to something. So for example, when we were first together and we had to be somewhere and we would figure out like how long it would take us to get there, he would figure like he would leave at exactly the moment that he said you could get there, and then he would cut the amount of time that it actually took you to get somewhere short by like 5 minutes. But he didn't make any time for like parking, finding a parking spot, walking in, finding the place. Like none of that figured into his formula for what time you needed to leave. And I always figured extra time for the drive, then, parking, then finding the room or whatever it was. So we used to be way, way different. It used to annoy the crap out of me. But I will say he's gotten better about it. And I've probably gotten worse. So that was one of those things that was annoying, but it wasn't a deal breaker for me. Would being late be a deal breaker for you? Because there were times that you would say, like, you were going to be there. Like, you would say, I'll be there, like, at my apartment. I'll be there at such and such time. And I would be ready early, and he wouldn't show up for 10 or 15 minutes. And it annoyed the crap out of me. True?
I'm sure it is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sure it's very true. I mean, but that would be if we're just hanging out.
Yeah.
We're maybe going to eat somewhere that we didn't have reservations. It's not a appointment where we're going to some scheduled event.
This is true.
When we had those type of things, when it was, quote, important to me.
And see, it was important to me no matter what. Hey, Katrina. So it didn't matter if it was like a scheduled event or not. If we made plans to be somewhere, I was that anal, like we would be early. That's what on time was for me.
So what you're saying it was every time.
Yes.
Not just sometimes.
Right.
It didn't matter if it was important,
right.
Whatever. It was just all the time. So make
that
clear. Okay. Because you're making it sound like I'm always late, but the other side of it needs to be clear is
I was always anal about it.
Being early.
So
regardless of what if we were going to Walmart and we had made a decision that we were going to go to Walmart at a certain time.
That's right. We had to go at that time, and he would be late. It didn't matter Walmart. The movies. Like, you got to get to the movies on time because you have to have time to get the popcorn. You have to have time to get your tickets, all this stuff. He would plan to arrive at the time the movie was supposed to start. And that was late to me.
That's not true because I always, this fat boy always was trying to get some popcorn and something to
But
drink,
he would do it and then come into the movie late. Yeah. And then he always had to go pee. And so it's like, you got to make time for all that in advance. So what's another way? So tell us, if being late, like, is that a deal breaker or just an annoying thing for you? Another one. What's another one that we're different? Oh, here's one. And I think people would perceive this in a whole different way than reality
What's
is.
up, Nene? Hey, cuz.
Hey, Allie. So, I think people's
Pittsburgh in the house.
East Texas.
What?
Think people's perception of us would be that I'm like the outgoing, social butterfly, talkative, talk to anybody, doesn't meet a stranger kind of thing. And I think people's perception of Roger, if they either know him or if they are getting to know him, is that he's like the more reserved, quiet one of the couple and wouldn't be the social, like the extrovert kind of thing.
Right.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
It's not totally wrong. It is not as true as you might think.
Okay, so you give your perspective on this because we're pretty different about this too.
I'm very introverted until I get to know people. I survey, I sit back, what I say, in the cut and evaluate, check things out. Somebody approaches me, I'm cordial, I can talk to people. I mean, I can generally find some common conversation to not be rude or, to be sociable. But I'm not very outgoing and going up and introducing myself to people and doing all this.
You are.
No, I'm not. When I have to, because I'm standing there in front of somebody and we walk up somewhere and you leave because somebody else is talking to you and they pulled you this way or that way, and I'm standing here with these people. I mean, I got to say something to somebody.
Okay, so now let's tell the truth. The truth is, he's very comfortable in like social environments and talking to people. Like if we go to an event, he's very comfortable like holding conversation with people he doesn't know. He'll make small talk with people he doesn't know. There
is a difference in being adequate or above average at doing something and being very comfortable. I can do that. That does not mean that I'm very comfortable doing it. It does cause me stress.
I don't think anything causes you stress.
Does.
Well, I hate it. I don't like talking to people at all. You guys probably don't believe that.
Billy Boy!
I am the one who I do not like talking to people. Now, put me in front if I have to go public speaking. I love doing public speaking. I love to present. I could stand in front of a room of thousands of people and present information, but I don't want to talk to them one-on-one. I don't like going to parties.
Yeah, she country too.
What?
She country too, Billy boy.
I don't like going to parties and like having to like small groups of people where you have to talk. It's very uncomfortable to me. I feel like you have to make like if there's dead space, like who's gonna fill it? I don't like the dead air.
Marietta country, Billy boy.
So stop telling people that. So I have to like force myself in those situations. I'm the introvert in this relationship, and he is not. When we go, so okay, earlier tonight.
Tell me what my personality type is.
He's much more extroverted than I am. Now, that's why coaching is so great for me because I do it online and I don't have to talk to people. If you call my phone, I won't answer it. And it's because I don't like talking to people. Text me, don't call me. So, Roger will sit on the phone and talk to people though. I don't like talking on the phone.
Yeah, but not a whole lot of different people. I talk to people I know.
I don't even like talking to people I know on
this
the phone.
True. This is true.
I really don't. I would much rather be at home, sitting on the couch, reading a book. Like, I'll be on social media and I'll talk to people I know, like, on, Messenger or text. I'm good. Text me. I'll text you all back and forth. But I don't want to have to talk to people. I've gotten better about it, but Roger's really good at that. Here's a good example. We got a phone call earlier tonight, and we got invited to this super fancy, swanky masquerade ball thing. And the people who invited us, I love dearly. They're really good friends of ours. And so we're going to go. But I guarantee you that it's going to be packed with people and I'm going to be completely, like super rich people. I'm going to be totally out of my element, uncomfortable. And I will too. And he'll be working the room and talking to all the people and making small talk with everybody. And
I'll talk to who I have to talk to.
No, and that's not true. And he talks about like smart stuff. I don't like talking about smart stuff. Like I don't like talking about politics. I don't like talking about I just don't like to talk about stuff like that. Have a girlfriend over and open a bottle of wine and hang out at the pool and I'm chill. That's good for me. But I don't want to like go out. That's why in that sense, we're homebodies. We are alike in that sense.
Definitely a homebody.
Yeah, we would much rather be at home and not around a lot of people. Are we like antisocial? Would you say we're antisocial?
I don't think we're antisocial. It's just we just don't fool with a whole lot of people.
We don't fool with a whole lot of people.
Keystone, Billy Boy, we get you some Keystones.
Hey, Melissa.
I have some Keystones when you come over.
Oh, that's nasty beer. Who said that? Tyrone? Oh, but I don't like beer anyway, Tyrone.
I don't
so,
care for
hey,
beer
Wendy. Either. Okay, so here's another way we're different. And this could probably be a deal breaker for some people, but it's not for us. And I'll tell you a couple of ways we've gotten around it. So, he is like Mr. Neat. He's like super neat. It's cheap and goodies.
Hey,
cheap
I feel
beer.
You. I'm cheap.
he kind of is cheap. That's another way we're different too. But anyway, so what was it? Oh, he's a neat freak. Like his clothes are all organized. He washes loads of clothes as they get dirty, and as soon as he washes them, he puts them in the dryer and he folds them and he puts them away. All of his stuff has a place and it's always in its place. If he uses it, he puts it right back in its place. I am not that at all. My laundry will pile up until I have not one single pair of panties left to wear.
And on that same note, you guys always hear the wisecrack or the little jab she makes about my pool table being full of clothes all the time. 99.9 to infinity of that shit is hers. and the other 0.1 is Jax's.
It's only mine. The once a month I do laundry because I freaking hate doing laundry.
That's right, Billy boy. That's how we was raised. Black families, mamas don't play. Black mamas don't play that.
So, here's how we have dealt with this difference. So it's not a deal breaker. He has his own closet, and I have my own closet, and he does not go in my closet because, well, you can't walk in there because it's piled high with dirty clothes.
Woosah.
But I also. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, Tracy. I've given a little on this one too because I used to kick off my shoes wherever and leave them laying in the floor. I don't do that anymore. I pick up my shoes. I don't take my shoes off or I take them off and then I take them straight to my closet. Now, then I throw them and there's a pile this deep of shoes in the corner of my closet, but he doesn't have to see that. So, right? And says our stuff has a place, but our kids don't put things away in the right place. Now I am more particular about that. I want Jax to learn. I don't want him to be like me. So I want him to learn to put stuff away. So we do make him put stuff away. I hate when y'all let it pile up. That's a pet peeve. Dirty clothes. Well, but it's in my closet. It's all in my closet and my stuff's piled wherever. And then I do periodically, I go through and I organize. But
the other problem with that is letting it pile up for days.
Weeks.
And then
let's be truthful, it's weeks.
When it comes time to wash, she done bogarted the washing machine and the dryer got it locked up from sun up to sundown. And you better not think you're going to try to get anything washed because you're just going to be SOL. So that does have a little bit of a negative side to it. So if we're on a Saturday where I'm thinking I might do a load or two of laundry too, and she picks that particular Saturday to finally wash something because she don't have nothing else clean, I might as well forget it. That's how I want to go to the laundromat.
He is not trying to go to the laundromat and he knows it. I will have clothes clean because I have way too many. I will admit that. And that's another way we're different. He will wear stuff and keep it. I bet he still has t-shirts from when he was in high school. They probably don't fit, but you have them from when you were in high school, don't you?
No.
I don't. I have way more clothes, I think, than he does, and shoes and everything. So we are different in that sense. What's another one? Let's do another quick one. How else are we different? But it's not a deal breaker. Oh, laughing and joking around. That's one. Yeah, that's a way. Personality wise, we used to be on all these things. I think we've come a little closer. When you have a dog for a long time, you start to look like your dog. I think that's kind of how we are. We have been together for so long. We've kind of come closer to being alike on some of these things than we are apart. But personality wise, when we first got together, and some of you guys on here, Wendy, if you're still on here.
I see your question, Billy boy. We're going to get to that.
Oh, we both hate to cook. Some of you guys who've known me for a while, if you're on here, Wendy, I saw you pop up earlier. I used to laugh and joke around. I was laughing nonstop, constantly making jokes. And I still do make a lot of jokes. But I'm more serious.
I make corny jokes. I will admit to that. My jokes are pretty corny. But I intend for them to be most of the time. He's
way more naturally, see him? He's way more of a serious personality than I am. I think people who don't know him think that he doesn't crack a smile or joke. Now, he does a lot more since he's been with me.
I will agree.
Yes. But when we first got together, I didn't even know if he knew how to smile. At first, he didn't really laugh a lot. He didn't joke around a lot. And I was always cutting up. People who know me from school, if you know me from way, way back, people know that I cut up all the time. I would get in trouble for cutting up. And sometimes I still do, but I have to sit at the end of the table if we're having a meeting by people who know me good and I just cut up under my breath.
I was Mr. Straight Lace and Mr. Goody Two Shoes.
Yeah,
I had a reputation to uphold.
Yeah, he had y'all fooled too. Let me tell you, because he is not as Goody Two Shoes as he was pretending to
old
be.
Stone face.
Old Stone face, and that he had y'all fooled. I'm telling you, he's not as goody as he would have everybody think he is. That's pretty much it, isn't it?
Pretty much. But let's go back to Billy Boy's question about the cooking right quick.
Oh, okay.
So here's
this
the
will be
deal.
our last one.
Here's the deal, Billy Boy. She hates to cook.
Oh, I hate it.
But she does cook good, and she used to cook all the time. and so
I don't know if I like where this is going.
Well, I'm just serious. You know, it wouldn't be like super extravagant stuff, but it was, you know, you cooked all the time. We love Mexican food, so it was like enchiladas or tacos or whatever, or you know, you would cook something all the time. And I used to cook too. I would cook like fish or I did fry fish and French fries and stuff a lot of times.
Okay.
I mean,
every once in a while. Not on the regular. Be honest. You didn't cook on the regular.
I didn't say I cooked on the regular. I said I would cook fish and French fries.
Okay.
So, but what I did do fairly regularly was I would cook breakfast. Yes. And I still do that.
He does, and I love it.
And quite frankly, I probably cook breakfast more now than she cooks anything.
That's not true.
That is pretty much true as of late. It is. But whatever, that's fine.
Not true.
And part of the whole cooking thing has gotten to be that she's eating a lot healthier now, and a lot of the stuff that she eats, I'm not going to eat. So it makes it a little bit more difficult, you know, when you're cooking stuff.
If it was up to me,
gives her more of an excuse not to cook. But anyway,
because I'm looking for excuses. If it were me, if food is not a big deal to me, I'll tell you.
And it is to me.
I'll tell you now. People who follow my page know that a lot of people even follow my page because of this. I hate to cook. Food is a matter of, you have food because you have to eat to survive. I don't live for food. I eat food to live. That's how it is. A lot of people live for food. Hey, Allison. So Allison, I find ways of cooking things that are like super fast, super easy, and healthy. If I could get away with eating cereal like 3 times a day, I would eat cereal. Now Scout's honor, I would eat a bowl of cereal. I don't care, because I just cannot stand.
She can eat the same thing, and I'm just like, I can eat it once, and then I can eat a leftover, and then I'm gonna need at least a day or two in between before I eat it again.
He's way pickier about food than I am.
I'm just not eating the same thing over and over.
And let me give y'all a health tip. Cereal is really not. There are very few cereals that are good for you. I learned this when I started coaching and getting really healthy. So don't think you're eating cereal and it's that good for you, because it's all full of sugar and crap. So anyway,
so my favorite meals, Billy Boy, is Mexican. We both love Mexican.
Yeah.
And she likes seafood, probably a close second. I don't really care for seafood that much.
Oh, and I'll eat
some
anything
fish,
that swims in the ocean or
you know,
water.
Tilapia, but I'm
raw
real
oysters
big on seafood.
Oh, I love some raw oysters.
But yeah, Papacitas and then Papados. Yeah, which of course y'all see Fuzzies.
That's kind of our
little cheap spot.
Yeah,
we go
and our date. Yeah, fajitas are.
I like fajitas, but fajitas are my favorite. Probably enchiladas are my favorite, and then probably quesadillas behind it. I like fajitas, but I'm picky about. I don't like real thick hunks of meat. In a lot of places you go for fajitas, they give you these big, huge chunks of meat, and that just...
See, there you go. Way pickier about his food than I am. Absolutely picky. Here's another thing. When we first got together, here's a way we were different. Like, I will eat any kind of vegetables. Hey, Amanda. Yeah, seafood is... Ooh, good. I had some raw oysters last night. They were good. We would... When we first got together, like, I'll eat any kind of vegetable, any kind of fruit. And he was not big on vegetables at all. Like, at all. And so, if it had tomatoes in it or anything, he balked. And he has been way more willing to try foods, new foods, than he ever was before.
Because when we got together, if I didn't eat it and hadn't eaten it, I wasn't going to eat it. And I still don't try a whole lot of different stuff. If it's not already in my wheelhouse, excuse me.
He's a texture
Probably
person.
not a very good chance that I'm going to try. And texture is a big deal. Texture is a big deal. And I've tried some seafood. I just don't.
Oh, I see that, Tyrone.
There's a wang to seafood that I just don't.
There's a good wang to it.
Yeah.
Like raw oysters, shrimp.
There's a lot of texture issues with seafood.
Lobster. Oh my gosh. I couldn't eat all that kind of stuff. He takes me on special occasions to some of my favorite seafood restaurants because he knows that I love it. But they they have like an American kind of menu anyway.
I can get catfish or something.
So those are the ways that we are primarily, I think, different, other than the obvious. And we've learned how to make them minor annoyances rather than deal breakers. So there you go. So you guys drop us some love, share this, tag people, whatever. So thanks for hanging around for episode 7.
And also leave in the comments if you got any topics that you want us to discuss, or if you're curious or whatever,
Yeah.
Just let us know and we'll see if we can come up with something for you.
Have a good Sunday night. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging around. Bye.